Let's be real, we all thought Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang was finished. Only 3 goals and 1 assist last season, and tons of news claiming he was going to Saudi Arabia for a fat paycheck. It seemed like the guy stopped caring about the game and was only enjoying the money. Yet he chose Marseille, and oh my god, 30 goals and 11 assists this year. Seems like Auba is back. In such form, he could have helped any of his previous teams. Arsenal, Chelsea and Barca don't need such a striker. Overall, this transfer is great for sure, especially given the fact that he was signed as a free agent. But I've prepared 5 more transfers that are even better. And without any further delay, let's get in. Place number 5 is for Ousmane Dembele. He had a rough start in Paris, but right now, it's safe to say he leveled up under Luis Enrique. Ousmane got his first assist at the end of September and his first goal a month later, but he was silent in the Champions League until the knockouts. Yet the coach indeed trusted the player and gave him playing time, and that eventually paid off. Around March this year, Enrique ran a little experiment by moving Dembele behind the striker. From there, he helped PSG get 3 points in the derby against Marseille, providing an assist to Vitinha's winner. No one expected to see him play as a number 10, but he did well. In the first leg of the Champions League quarterfinals, Ousmane returned to his usual position and only occasionally dropped into the middle. That helped the team create big chances and break through Barca's pressing. In the second leg, he received the MVP of the game for scoring and assisting once, and made local fans feel sad that such a player left the team. Dembele was no longer a headless chicken when he was fit and a liability when he was injured. Ousmane turned into a machine that no longer breaks apart. If things continue this way, Dembele could become the new leader of the team, the guy who they can rely on even after Mbappe will no longer be there. The next spot is for 2 super transfers to Inter that help solidify the top club status in Europe. Swiss veteran Yann Sommer and 26-year-old Marcus Thuram. 2 pinpoint signings set them up close to 7 million. That's what they've paid for the keeper, and Thuram was signed for free. It was the fact that Sommer was a great goalkeeper, even though it didn't work out for him at Bayern Munich. His 23-24 season in Serie A only proves that, as he ranks first by save percentage. You could argue he's weaker on the ball than Andre Onana, but he was able to replace the Cameroonian thanks to his consistency. Sommer is number 1 in the top 5 leagues for clean sheets and fewest goals conceded per 90 minutes. From the financial point of view, Inter has also made a huge profit by replacing Onana with Sommer. On to Marcus Thuram, who is second in the entire league for goals plus assists. Initially, people thought he was just a pace merchant, but this season has proved otherwise. He can hold onto the ball and play with his back to the goal very well. It is also important to note that previously Thuram wasn't particularly competitive in aerial duels, but at Inter, Marcus showed that you can play long balls to him when there are no other options left. Thuram creates chances for himself and teammates, and in some way, he resembles a prime Lukaku. We gotta give some credit to the club's CEO Giuseppe Marotta, who could have splashed out for Romelu, but instead switched focus to Thuram. And don't forget, Marcus is only 26 and is already worth 60 million euros. Whether he stays at the club or leaves for a large sum, in any case, it will be a win-win. Next on our list is Alexis McAllister. We can also mention Dominik Szoboszlai, but the Hungarian cost 70 million, making it the 3rd most expensive transfer in the history of the club. Dominik is decent, but not as outstanding as Alexis. McAllister fits perfectly into club's system. The fact that they were able to lower the price, it just shows that the transfer was planned in advance. A much fairer fee would have been around 60 million, and Liverpool only signed him for 45. Alexis took it upon himself to replace Henderson and Fabinho, and though everybody was kind of ignoring the fact that he wasn't a defensive midfielder, but he did start in this position in 24 Premier League games. Liverpool would have had a more challenging start to their campaign had it not been for the Argentine's willingness to sacrifice himself. Gradually, Klopp started to find opportunities to move the Argentine higher up the pitch to utilize his attacking qualities. McAllister can control the tempo, but what's more important is that he can create and finish big chances. By the way, his long-range goal against Fulham was voted the best goal of December in the entire Premier League. He's always there, always involved. He fulfilled all our expectations and more. That's how Jurgen praised Alexis earlier this year. Intelligent and subtle players like McAllister are not always intense off the ball, but the Argentine works hard. That's what makes him unique. Liverpool had acquired a strong leader for many years for just 42 million. Number 2 is for the only bright spot in the Chelsea squad, Cole Palmer. Despite all these stupid signings under Todd Bowley, this guy does stand out. Palmer is in the top 5 in the world for goals plus assists and has just turned 25. But why did Man City let go of such a talented academy graduate? Pep took the responsibility for this decision, explaining that he couldn't give Palmer enough playing time. Cole decided to move to Chelsea, where they promised to bet on him. 47 million is a lot, but now it seems completely opposite. 22-year-old Palmer gives his all, and clearly he has a long way to go. In Pochettino's system, Palmer has a relatively free role, drifting infield from the right-hand side to create chances. As a result, Cole is best in the league by goal contributions. Besides, Chelsea have a great penalty taker. 9 out of 9 is the current record. Palmer has never missed one in his professional career, and the same story was at Man City Academy. It all seems too perfect, right? Palmer still loses possession quite a lot, but that's an expected side effect of spending much time on the ball. He's still willing to take responsibility and act as a leader for Chelsea, who kind of rely on him a lot. That's why Pochettino himself emphasized Palmer's special status, stating Chelsea finally signed a man who they could build a team around. And the first place goes to the magnificent transfer campaign carried out by Bayer Leverkusen. I'm not diminishing the role of Xabi Alonso. His training methods, choices of tactics and lineup, match management, and so on and so forth. But the Bayer Leverkusen scouting department and everyone involved in the process did an excellent job. The sale of Moussa Diaby for 55 million allowed the not-so-rich Bayer to enter the market last summer with certain possibilities. But the money had to be spent wisely. As a result, Bayer took Granit Xhaka for 15 million, Victor Boniface for 20, alongside several inexpensive signings. They closed the left-back position with the free agent Alejandro Grimaldo, and these people became leaders who were able to lead the team to glory. Let's start with Victor Boniface. The Leverkusen forward is the best in the league for assists per 90 minutes, and 4th in this regard in the top 5 European leagues. Victor works well with the ball and knows how to protect it or carry it forward. That's why he's 3rd in the team for successful dribbles. Boniface also scored 21 goals. Let's not forget that. Granit Xhaka had a career revival at his new place. He definitely benefited from working with Alonso. It even got to the point where people indeed compared a prime Xabi to Xhaka in the current form. To me, Granit looks like a robot, like a machine. He's not only the team's leader in terms of passes, but he also controls the tempo. Xhaka is the best in the top 5 leagues in Europe for progressive passes and passes into the final third, 2nd in the number of touches on the ball. And we are not talking about a player from Manchester City or Barca. This is a Bayer player. Xhaka is the main conductor of Alonso's ideas on the field. Another brilliant story is the signing of Alejandro Grimaldo, the 27-year-old Barca graduate who never featured for the first team, played for Benfica from 2016. He won lots of trophies there, but still wasn't a standout name in European football. So a debut season in the top league at such an age looked like a quite unexpected turn in his career. And now everyone is wondering, what was Alejandro doing outside of the top leagues all these years? He excels at everything. Short and long passes, free kicks, long shots, he knows it all. Many consider Grimaldo to be the best player in the season's Bundesliga. And although Florian Wirtz won the award, I still believe Alejandro is not worse. Overall, Leverkusen did hit the jackpot with this signing, especially keeping in mind he was a free agent. I will even dare to say, this is the best transfer of the season. That is it for today's episode. Once again, there are many transfers to choose from, but I believe that ones mentioned in the video gave the clubs most value. Thanks for watching until the end, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Know the ball.